Yai da 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 ya da 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 da. Yai da 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 ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da da. Yai da da ya da da da. Yai da da. Yai da da ya da da da. Yay, 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 yay,
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It is wonderful to greet you with a greeting that wishes you a peaceful, enjoyable, and meaningful Shabbat. And we know that all of that will come true because it is Finn who will lead us in worship, chant from the Torah, be our teacher, and inspire us throughout the entire morning. And we are so grateful to see so many new faces joining us for the first time. For some, it is a welcome home, and we welcome you home, and it's so nice to have you back into a place where so many of you became B'nai Mitzvah and feel very comfortable on our bima. And for those of our congregation and those who are here in loving memory on a Shabbat, we welcome you all as we are one community now, united in celebration and in the beauty of the Sabbath. And so in order for all of us to participate and feel a part of one congregational family, I'm going to ask to make sure you all have a prayer book. It is called the Mishkan Tefillah. It is the blue book in front of you or under your front seats. And even if you are unfamiliar with our traditions, many of which we will explain throughout our service so you can feel as full participants, you can feel comfortable because there is English, there is transliteration, and if the music moves you and the spirit moves you, we hope we will hear your voices in English, in Hebrew, and singing along and joining us in all of our prayers. Now, the first thing which must take place before Finn can begin leading our worship service is he will be literally marked as a bar mitzvah. And the way that we mark or symbolically mark our children who come of age, male or female, is with a prayer shawl known as a talit. It is not the beauty of the color or the cloth that it is made of, but rather it is the four corners that make it the exact same garment that everyone wears. On the four corners are called tzitzit, and they look like knotted strings. They are knotted to represent the 613 commandments in the Torah. So if you thought there were only 10 and you have trouble with those, there's another 603 for all of you to learn. Finn, you've memorized them all, right? Yes, I know. Well, this is the start of it. And of course, all four corners represent the four corners of the Jewish world that will now enwrap Finn and carry him through his adult life. So Finn, I'm going to ask you to please take your place. It's a joy to welcome forward your parents and your grandmother to come forward and enwrap you in this beautiful talit that you yourself picked out with the royal colors of the Bible. The royal colors of blue and gold come right from the Torah. And Finn, surrounded by your family now, I want you to repeat these words. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu, lehit atef, b'tzitzit. Amen. Amen. Well, give him a hug. I noticed there was a little box in Finn's talit bag as we unwrapped it. And you'll excuse me for giggling, but I have never seen football talit holders before. So I think, Finn, we've got to add to the outfit here. Here we go. That's beautiful. That'll keep us smiling all morning. Well, we're going to continue now as Finn officially welcomes you.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our Shabbat service at Temple Har Shalom. A special welcome to all those joining over our live webcam in preparation for our service. Please take note that the sanctuary is an electronic free space, and we require that you turn your cell phones to the off position. I have worked long and hard to reach this day, and I am grateful for your presence. I hope that you will be attentive, considerate, and will fully participate in our worship. Like the generations before me, I have prepared to take my place as a bar mitzvah. Today I practice my first adult Jewish life cycle event. I am now committed to the mitzvot and the teaching of our tradition. I pray that I may always understand my responsibilities as a Jew, to show my love to my family, kindness to the world around me, and maintain a connection with my people and her land of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehekianu v'hikianu lazman hazeh. Praise are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the world, who gives us life, sustains us, and enables us to reach this time.
Amen. Our service continues with the chanting of Ma Tovu, page 290 in your prayer books.
Thank you.
Ma tovu ahalacha yakom mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ahalacha yakom mishkenotecha Yisrael.
Here on page 293 for our morning blessings, it is traditional that after each blessing, we answer Finn with an Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the water.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me an image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has girded Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
And we continue on page 297.
Adonai our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us and the house of Israel, your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and the student of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of Torah, to our people Israel.
Baruch
Atah Adonai Hamlael Torah Le'amo Yisrael.
We turn now to page 312, and I'd ask you to rise, please.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא יברך ירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי כל בישראל, בגלה ובזמן קרים ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמרה במבורך לעולם ולעולם מעולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמית קודשה בריחו לעילה מכל חטא ושירתה. תשבחה תמיד נחמתה דמירם ביעלמה ויאמרו אמן. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We are on page 317 and would ask that you please read responsively.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in thousands of tongues for us to hear in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one unifier of humanity.
We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel. And joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teaching of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir in our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, abocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivud Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
And you may all be seated. We continue on page 319, and please feel free to join Finn. I know he'd love the company.
V'ahavta Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'chol nefshecha u'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'beitecha u'letecha v'derech u'shafecha u'vkumecha u'shartam leo al yadecha u'hayu letafo ben einecha u'ftavtam al mezuzot beintecha u'visharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem etzkom Mitzray v'tem liroshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotziti hem me'eretz Mitzrayim leot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Page 321.
Sing the song of men and women. Join us in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles and earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of the Lamb once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of the world redeems, the song of peace.
Vihi chamochon vayim Adonai, vihi kamochon nidor hakodesh, no rodilot hosefella, no rodilot hosefella, shira chadasha shivchu geulim, l'shimcha al zvat hayam, yachad kulam hodu, hodu v'imlichu ki hammeru, ya baba bim 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 bam, ya baba bim bam, ya baba bim 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 bam, ya baba bim bam, ay 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 ay, ya baba bim bam, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed.
We're on page 323 for a prayer known as Tefillah, the prayer. It is the central prayer of our Sabbath service, and because of that, we rise and remain standing through its entirety. The reason being, it helps us to better pay attention. Please rise.
Tiftach ufi yagin tilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotinu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומבין גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבם, מלך חוזר, מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, דעזרת saram. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayi ha'kol atarov le'hoshia, mashiv haruach morid hagashem, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechayi ha'kol birachamim rabim, somech noflim rofei cholim, u'maytir asurim, Kayim emunato lishini afar bichamocha ba'al gevurot umito melech memit umechayer umatzmiach Yeshua v'nemanata lachayot hakol baruch ata Adonai mechayi hakol.
We are on page 326, and we continue to stand if you are able.
Yai la 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 la, ya la 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 la, yai la 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 la, la la la. נקדיש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאיך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו. Hadir Hadirenu, Adonai Adonenu, my dear Shimcha, B'chol haaretz, Baruch Kivot Adonai, Mimkomo, Heichad hu Eloheinu, Hu Avinu hu Malkeinu, ומושיענו וישביענו ברחמיו לעיני כל חיים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד קודליך ולנצח נצחים קדושתך תקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש, אמן, amen.
We're on page 328.
To all generations we make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Baruch atah Adonai
Ha'el HaKadosh.
And you may all be seated.
We continue on the top of page 330 with Ritzeh.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, B'amecha Yisrael utfilatam, B'ahavot tקבל אותי תרצון תמיד, עבודת ישראל, עמך, ברוך אתה אדוני, שאותך לבדך בירא נאות.
Page 330, we read the paragraphs responsively.
On this Sabbath day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us with enough health to fulfill our duties and compassion we need to attend to others.
Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves, and the charity to see the best in those around us.
Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to not overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offering be acceptable to you. Baruch atah Adonai
she'otcha levadcha v'yirah na'avo. Please join me in Sim Shalom on the top of page 334.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Yadadadai, dai, 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 dai. Yadadadai, dai, 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 dai. Yadadadai, dai, 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 dai. Dai, 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 dai. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, sim. Sim shalom, sim, sim, sim shalom tova uveracha.
And I'd ask that we please turn to page 336 and we read together. We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye, so close perhaps we brush against each other as we move in prayer, ears filled with the voices of friends, teachers, and fellow travelers who pray with us from the next seat, from across the room. We come to silence, rhythm of words, shared melody, hushed. Connected first one to all, we now let go, to be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one, a miracle. And so we have reached that time in our service where we leave the written word and instead turn to our own intentions of our hearts and our minds. Perhaps you have noticed as reading through our prayers this Shabbat that these prayers are all prayers of thanksgiving and hope. Hope for the ultimate gift on the Sabbath, that is, the gift of shalom, peace. And we realize that it is an elusive prayer, but our hope never wavers or wanes. In addition, Shabbat is a time for us to give gratitude, thanks for the blessings that have been granted to us. Indeed, Finn and his family understand their blessings, being able to come together within their community, surrounded by family and friends who have brought them to this moment, and to marvel truly in the quick passage of time and the growth of their little boy that we all remember so very well from Mountaintop School to his moment now as becoming a young man on our bima. For Finn, perhaps it seemed like an eternity. For us who are just a bit older, it went by in a flash. And indeed, that's exactly how life will continue. But that's why we pause for these moments on Shabbat, just to give gratitude. Even God deserves a day off, so I am sure that we can all find reason to give thanks and gratitude and appreciation for our lives which have been given to us, and to promise and strive to make those lives worthwhile, as Finn is emulating for us this very day, putting his best efforts forward and shining a light on the most important aspect of who he is and where he comes from. We pause for a few moments.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one.
The highlight of any Shabbat service is when we take the Torah from the ark, pass it from generation to generation, and this morning allow Finn to carry the Torah throughout the congregation, showing the incredible obligation that he has taken on himself and to offer it to others as a choice as well. And so I'd ask you to turn in your prayer books to follow along with our Torah service as we turn to page, let's see, Cantor, what page should we turn to? About 364. The Torah is our most precious and sacred object in Jewish tradition, and therefore we treat it like royalty. As it is preparing to come forth out of the ark, we will rise, and we will not sit again until it is properly placed in its resting position. You will notice that it is dressed and undressed, just like royalty. And even when it is in our ark, there are a set of crowns which are placed upon its head, reminding us that it is our ultimate tree of life and from where all our knowledge comes. To open the ark doors, it is a pleasure to welcome forward cousins Thalia and Paul. And Finn, I'm going to ask you to take your place, and Lydia, Joe, and Grandma, if you would all come forward to take your place so that we may pass Torah. Would you rise, please?
Baruch Natan Torah, Torah, le'amu Yisrael, b'kedushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo Lecha.
Well, once again, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It is our custom here at Temple Har Shalom to come down into the congregation and spend a few moments talking about the Torah portion for two very important reasons. Number one, it gives Finn a moment to catch his breath. Finn, I should have reminded you, this is not like laps around the football stadium. But I know that you're having such a good time and you're revved up with energy. And it's a pleasure to just slow down this moment because it is going very quickly, isn't it? As do all of life's wonderful moments. And secondly, we are all supposed to learn on Shabbat. Each and every one of us should take away something new on the Sabbath that will in some way inspire us for the future and move us for the week ahead. Our inspiration weekly comes from the Torah. The Torah, as you may have noticed in our ark, we are fortunate enough to have 4 big Torahs and 3 little Torahs, but they are all exactly the same. They all contain the very first 5 books of Moses, or the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. It takes us 1 full year to make our way through the Torah, so that each and every Shabbat and holiday we read a portion that gets us closer and closer and closer to the end, so that we can re-roll it and start all over again. The question, Finn, is always asked, of course, well, we've been reading it for close to 3,000 years now. Don't you think we know the stories? And you're exactly right, no. Because every generation that looks at Torah, including yourself, will find a different message in it, and also a sobering reminder that as often and as complicated as we read these words, we notice that not much has changed in the world, and we human beings still have a lot of work to do. I want to take a moment to talk about, however, Finn, the Torah that you just carried. When we practiced, I handed you a different Torah. It was a bit heavier. This one, you may have noticed, was a bit lighter. But I think it speaks to the moment today. It is lighter because it is much more fragile. And therefore, we don't use it all the time. But today, we handed it to you, because it has a history that is representative of the young man the picture of whom you are sitting next to today. Finn, you have learned from your family that as you stand up to become a bar mitzvah, you don't do it alone. You do it with the generations that have brought you to this moment. And you do it with 2 extraordinary faith communities and also 2 wonderful cultures that have melded you into what is for all of us a true mensch, a wonderful human being that is sharing the bima. The Torah that we passed from generation to generation is literally as fragile and as strong as our people, because it was a Torah that was buried and saved during the worst part of our history, the Holocaust. It was a time when, most importantly, we remember the memories of those 6 million of which never lived to give us a future, including the young man and the picture of whom is sitting next to you. I know you're going to talk about him. His name is Paul. But Paul didn't live long enough to enjoy a bar mitzvah. And you are standing in for him this day, as you are standing in for the 1.1 million children under the age of 18 that we lost during those devastating times. And that's why, Finn, while we always remember those in the past, we celebrate those of today. That's why this day means so much to us today, because our faith, our people are alive and well and secure and vibrant and energetic and strong, just like the young man you see sitting on our bima. So he carried that Torah that was buried for more than 70 years. It eventually came to life with more than 1,500 other Torah scrolls saved in the Czech Republic and on loan to us here, as the other 1,500 are on loan all over the world. We have been given the distinct responsibility of caring for that Torah, but not treating it like a museum item, but rather treating it as a living Torah. And today, Finn, you brought it back to life. So thank you for that. In fact, your entire Torah portion is about life because it is the portion of Noah and the flood. I love when particularly congregations are always grateful when we're only at the second portion of the Torah. It's a lot shorter service. It doesn't take me that long to fill you in on what's happened up till now. Last week we had creation. God loved what God had created, and then all of a sudden a brother kills a brother. Cain kills Abel. God says, that's it. This is too painful. I'm done with this world, and let's destroy it. God is then convinced by a few angels, and yes, there are Jewish angels in the Torah, that, well, let's give the humanity another chance. And that second chance is given to Noah. But Finn, that second chance is also given to each one of us, because we're reminded that while God will never destroy the world again, if it's ever going to be destroyed, it will be by the work of our hands. Your portion reminds us that we are partners in creation and sustaining the beautiful world that we have been given. I want you to know that Finn took this portion very much to heart and is creating for our own congregation something that we do not have here. And we asked of him, and never before has someone who's read the portion of Noah offered to give us one. And he, together with his dad, is building us a Noah's Ark. It is a reminder in miracles, because if we ever see it, it'll be a miracle. I know, it's in production. Incidentally, Finn, how long did it take Noah to build that ark? Most people don't realize it took 150 years to build that ark. So look how quick you're doing it. 150 years. But it is so important to have a physical ark in a religious space because it reminds us of who is responsible for saving the world and treating the world with the utmost respect. The world, our environment, its inhabitants, and all that we are given. So Finn, I want to thank you for that because it will be an eternal reminder to all of us of the importance of remembering who we are and where we come from. So Finn is going to read from these precious words of Noah. He has his own interpretation of the portion this morning, but we are here to remind you, Finn, and to thank you for what you are doing today, for what you mean to us, how much we all adore you, and how much we know that you may be a winner in many aspects in life, on a football field, in school, with your family, but you are winning the greatest honor there can be today. You are winning the honor of being a humane, caring, loving, faithful person who is taking his place as a young man in our Jewish community. Mazel tov. Let's read Torah. The Torah scroll itself is very precious, and Therefore, it is written on not paper, but literally on animal skin. The ink itself is from nature and is a very complicated recipe. And therefore, to protect the ink and the Torah scroll itself, we don't touch it with our fingers, not because it's a holy object, but because the oils from our fingers could destroy the writing. And so we use a yad, a pointer, a hand, literally, to read the words and follow along. So we keep the letters as crisp as the years they were written. Some of these were written hundreds of years ago, and therefore we want to protect them. I literally point this out to you because it is Finn who made his own yad for this occasion, and it has his Hebrew name, Lavan. Ready? Yep. There are those who are going to bless, and for our first aliyah, we call forward your grandmother, Marcia, together with your aunt and uncle, Michelle and Robin. Oh, you can go around. Thank you.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach.
Baruch Adonai hamparach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Elech toldot Noah, Noah, ish sadik, tamid haya, b'dorotav et ha'Elohim, yitaleh Noah. Vayoled Noah shlosha vani et Shem et Ham vet Yafet. Vatishaleh haaretz lifnei ha'Elohim vatimaleh haaretz hamas. Vayar Elohim et haaretz v'hinei nashitam tihi kol basar et darko al haaretz.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tokenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Give them a hug. And come around here. Thank you. For our second aliyot, it's a pleasure to welcome forward family friends Patty and Eric Harvitt, together with Rita and Albert Rattan.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Elolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'chabanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Elohim leNoah, Kate kol basar ba'lefanai, kimo haaretz chamas mipneihem, v'kini nashitam et haaretz. Aseh lechad te'aseh gopher, kinim ta'aseh et ha'teva, v'harferta ota mi baidu mi hoops ba'gopher.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam natan b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Come on.
Well, for our third Aliyah, it's time to welcome forward the ones who've been beaming the most from their seats, Lydia and Joe.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch
Baruch et Adonai habarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamra Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol hamim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. V'zeh asher ta'oseh ota shlosh me'o ama. Ore hateva hamishim ama rakba ushloshim ama komata. Zohar ta'oseh et hateva ve'elama ve'chalena mi'ala ufetateva b'tida tatim shnim ushloshim ta'aseha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. We'll give them a hug. Thank you so much.
Good job.
Stay right here.
יעמוד לבן בן לאה לכבוד התורה, הבר מצווה.
Baruch et Adonai Hamra.
Baruch Adonai Hamra Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamra Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Va'ani hini mevi et hamabu maim al haaretz l'shahei kol basar asher bo ruach hayim mitachat hashamayim kol asher ba'aretz yigva v'hakimoti et priti ita uvata el hateva ata uvanecha v'shihit ufshek veha ufhana mikol basar shnayim mikol tavid el hateva l'chayot ita zarhum keva yiyu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. You're going to talk to him now. No, you're going to talk to him. Your speech. Come right over here so they can hear you. Come stand here with your mom.
I promise I will try not to cry. Finnegan,
We promise it's short.
from the moment you were born, you brought joy and happiness to everyone you encountered. You light up a room when you enter it and put people at ease right away. You are a kind, giving, and generous person who would give the shirt off his back if someone asked for it. Your generosity is boundless. Every year you go through your things and donate what you can to help needy children. You also took it upon yourself to volunteer to help the Challenger football team for developmentally disabled children. We were especially proud that you decided to have a twin for your bar mitzvah who died in the Holocaust and was not able to become a bar mitzvah himself. You share this day with him as a testament to the outstanding character, morality, and humanity that lies within you. You take pride in all that you do and step up to all challenges. When the PTO needed chair people for their annual trunk or treat event, you answered the call and helped create a wonderful night for all who attended. You are also a leader, as your teachers agree, and that is why you were picked as a peer leader for your school. The Peer Leadership Program is a wonderful mentoring program for the middle school in which a handful of exceptional students are chosen to lead the student body through special school programs and events. You are a positive role model who approaches all tasks before him with great enthusiasm, and you also motivate others to follow your positive example. We wish for you continued success and happiness in all that you strive for, and hope that you will keep your moral compass pointing in a positive direction. We love you, and you make us more and more proud each and every day.
Whoops.
Trying to escape like that. It is now time for us to lift and dress the Torah. It's a pleasure to welcome forward friends Julia and Philip to come help us. And please rise.
Please be seated. Our Torah service continues with the chanting of the Haftarah, the additional and prophetic portion read on all Shabbatot and holidays. This morning's Haftarah, comes from the prophet Isaiah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'mi'im tovim v'ratza v'divrahem hana emarim b'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'torah u'Moshe avdo Yisrael amo u'v'viyeh ha'emet v'tzedek. Rani akara lao yalada pizchi rina v'sacholi lo hala kirabim b'nei shomema mibnei ve'ula amar Adonai harhivi mekom ole v'ri'u mishkenotai Yatu ataksohi harihi meleterahi vitenotai hazeki kiamin usmo tifrozi vizarei goyim yarash V'arim neshamo yoshivu altir I kilo devoshi v'alti kalmi kilo takpiri ki boshe alamai tishkahi v'hirpa amanatai lo tizkerio ki vo alai osai Adonai Seva Shemo Vigo Aleik Kadosh Israel Elohei Haaretz Yikarei Ki Hisha Azuva Vatsu Vatrua Kira Adonai Ve'eshet Neurim Ki Tima'es Lamar Elohai Berega katon azavti uvrachamim gedolim akapse Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Sor Kol Amim Sadiq B'Chol Hadaro Ha'el HaNe'eman Ha'omer V'Oseh Hamdaber U'Mkayem Shekol Devarav Emet V'Tzedek Al HaTorah Ve'ahavodah Ve'al HaNevi'im Hayom HaShabbat Hazeh Shenatatalanu Adonai Eloheinu Likdusha V'Limnucha L'chayod U'Letifaret Al HaKol Adonai Eloheinu Anaknu Modim La Usorchol Uvarhim ota yikbarak shimcha befikol tami leilam va'ed Baruch ata Adonai mikadesh ha-Shabbat.
It is now time for us to return the Torah to the Ark and to open the Ark doors. It's a pleasure to welcome family, friends, Liz and Angie Albert. And I'd ask everyone to please rise. Can you come with me?
It's Chaim hi b'machazikim bo v'tum chea miushar dorchinom v'chon tivoteim shalom Hashiveinu Adonai Eilecha b'nai Shua Chodesh Yameinu Chodesh Yameinu Ki
And you may all be seated. It is now time for Finn to share with you his interpretation of the Torah portion and his feelings about this special day.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Dear friends and family, I want to thank you for sharing this very special day with me. My Torah portion is about Noah, who was the only righteous, true, and honest person of his time. God thought that humanity had become corrupt and that the world needed a new start, which is why God chose him to build an ark. He asked Noah to build an ark to house pairs of animals and Noah's family. Once the ark was completed, God brought about a flood that lasted 40 days and 40 nights. When the flood was over, Noah sent out a dove to find dry land, and then rejoiced when the dove came back with an olive branch. God told Noah to take his family and all the animals off the ark to let them roam the earth. God created a rainbow as a promise to never again destroy the world. Noah and his family celebrated their new lives. Noah got carried away and became drunk and exposed himself. Two of Noah's 3 sons covered his father's nakedness, but one son, Ham, looked. Noah cursed him and his ancestors for the sin. All of Noah's children went on to have their own families for generations to come. One of my favorite hobbies is to build things and woodworking. So I decided to build an ark for the temple because they do not have one. Like Noah, I got very detailed blueprints for the project, as God provided him. This is my main mitzvah project for my bar mitzvah. I'm carefully following the steps in the process so that my project will be successful. Mitzvah, which mean good deeds in the Jewish faith, are very important to me, and I like to do them when I can. Mitzvahs are not about just doing one good deed, it's about doing many. One of my mitzvah projects this year was helping the Disabled Challenger Football League. Another mitzvah was when I was selected as a peer leader for my school so that I could continue to help and guide my peers. That picture over there, which you might have been curious about, is my twin for this bar mitzvah. The twinning project means that I have adopted the memory of a child who died in the Holocaust. Researchers from Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Museum in Israel, matched me with a boy who was my age and named Paul, which is my middle name. Please meet Paul Briskowitz, who was born in 1932 in Paris, France, where he lived with his mother and father. Paul attended school until World War II began and then was murdered in the Holocaust. Paul was not able to have his bar mitzvah, so I want to share mine with him. I'm proud to become a bar mitzvah because I want to continue the legacy of greatness and help people in need. I also want to be like Noah because he is righteous and a good person who helped humanity rebuild itself. I would like to remember all my relatives who are not here with me today, but who have helped me to make me who I am today. I have had many wonderful and unique experiences in my life, and I would like to continue to grow and expand into a better person. I would like to thank my mom and dad for raising me in an interfaith family. I am being raised Jewish and becoming a man in the Jewish religion today, but I am part of me is also belong to my dad's faith, which also makes me an Irish Catholic at heart. My parents created a beautiful way to show it by making a Star of David necklace with an Irish cloud in the center. It is a true symbol of who I am. I would also like to thank my dad, Rabbi Mitznitsky, Cantor Berman, and last but not least, my mom, for helping me to make this day happen. I have been studying very hard for this transition into adulthood, and I am very happy to share this experience with you all. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech, share righteousness in me.
Finn, Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Mazel Tov. You're breathing now?
Yeah.
Good. We like it when you breathe and when you smile, and particularly when you laugh, because it is infectious, and you make us all very, very happy. So, Finn, this has indeed been a joyous day, and you have taught us many lessons, but I want to teach you a wonderful word that may be familiar to your grandma particularly and others within our congregation, but everyone should know. It's a Yiddish word. It's kfel. Kfel means that our hearts are bursting with such pride that we just don't even know how to put it into words. And Finn, I need to tell you that's exactly how we feel today. We are kfelling over the young man that you have become. And we have
So many hopes and dreams, but right now we're concentrating on what stands before us, and our hearts and our spirits are overwhelmed. I know that you took a moment to thank them, but we as a congregational family have to thank them also, and that's your parents, to Lydia and to Joe, for bringing us the gift of such an extraordinary young man. We don't take it for granted. We never do, Finn. And indeed, they have raised you with a caring, compassionate, loving Jewish soul, and as I learned today, an Irish heart. And it is a winning combination any way you look at it. Because indeed, they have given the very best of themselves, and its byproduct is in what you are growing and becoming, and the generations, God willing, that will one day flow through you. So we are so very proud of you, both as family, as friends, and as your congregation. And that's why your congregation has some gifts and some mazel tovs to offer. And there's been a very special woman in our congregation who is here to celebrate with you as well. But she's also a tremendous leader in our own congregation as a member of our board of trustees, and one who raised her own family and saw them become B'nai Mitzvah on this very bima. So it is a pleasure for me to welcome forward Susan Zeitels.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Many thanks go to you, Finnegan, Joe, Lydia, Paul, Rabbi Uniski, Cantor Berman, and our pianists for the many hours of study to prepare and conduct this meaningful and heartwarming Shabbat service. Mazel Tov. It is my honor and pleasure on behalf of the Temple Har Shalom Board of Trustees and the entire Temple Har Shalom community to share in the simcha of your bar mitzvah. Like Noah, last night and this morning, you demonstrate that you too are a Sadiq. You told me of your enjoyment of coming to Hebrew school to learn with your family and friends, and elaborated on your love of and respect for your family who live throughout the New England, New York, and Hilton Head areas. Amazingly, you and your father spoke of your family's deep ties to the Boston sports teams, installing the PA system in the Patriots Stadium, ensuring the Patriots players, and playing football in Fenway Stadium as a high school student. Yet your willingness to cheer for the Yankees and the New York Giants when your mother, Lydia, asked you is amazing and a true Sadiq. You gladly stand before our congregation and your loving family and dear friends to openly teach the meaning of Torah. Your empathy is apparent by your willingness to share your important life cycle event with Paul. Furthermore, you use your talents of creating blueprints and word working to create an arc that will be used to illustrate the importance of this Torah section. We thank you, Finnegan, for reminding us of the importance of respect and justice for others and the responsibilities and obligations of supporting and enhancing the existence of a Jewish community. As a remembrance of this special moment in time, please accept several gifts from our Temple family. The Kiddush cup that was created specifically for Temple Har Shalom that you used last night and will use this afternoon. A B'nai Mitzvah certificate, a Nifty in Israel gift certificate, and a gift certificate from the Bridgewater JCC for a 1-year teen membership. Lastly, please accept a JNF certificate purchased by Sisterhood, acknowledging that a tree has been planted in Israel in your name. We look forward to your continued leadership and continuing to share more of your journey as a Jewish man. Thank you and Mazel Tov. Thank you.
Well, I know you are all anxious to congratulate Finn, and that means that we need to just conclude our service. So the best part, the party, can start.
and all the celebration. So I'm going to ask you, please, to turn in your prayer books to page 586. To open the ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome aunts and uncles, Diane and William, and Deborah and James. And I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
Aleinu לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשה לפגועי ארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות אדמם, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאיר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונק.
May God shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God grant you now and through 120 years with physical, mental, and physical well-being, as we all say, Amen. I do ask that you please remain standing for each and every time we come together in prayer. We are cognizant of our own joys, but very much recognize that there are those who are no longer physically present with us, who brought us to this moment. And so on this Shabbat, we commemorate the Yortzites of Henry Berger, Conrad Berman, Rose Chanalski, Isidore Hockman, Ida Jaffe, Paul Marks, Jean Hasnemeyer, Brian Allen Miller, Harry Reese, Esther K. Roth, and Jerome Sohm. And we remember 3 who have been taken from us in recent days, Dorothy Lippman, Esther Regent, and Dory Oaklander. And always on this day of Bar Mitzvah, we are cognizant of those who have brought Finn to this moment and upon whose shoulders he literally stands this very day. As I call your attention to those of the family members listed, his great-grandparents, his grandparents Joan and Paul Slattery, his uncle Paul Slattery, his great-uncle, and his great-aunt and uncle. Together, they have helped to mold and strengthen and bring him to this day of Bar Mitzvah. And it is our tradition that no mourner should ever stand alone. And because today we also stand in camaraderie together with the memory of young Paul and all those who have no one left to remember them. Page 598, the Kaddish Prayer. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach chirotei v'yamlech malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv yimeru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam amei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yiraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'rechu, le'olam yimkol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran v'yama v'yimeru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah mim shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen. We pray that the source of peace will bring peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say.
Amen.
Amen. And you may be seated. Well, again, on behalf of all of us here at Temple Har Shalom, our heartfelt best wishes of Mazel Tov go out to Finn and to Joe and Lydia and to you, the extended family and friends. We hope that there will be many more happy Jewish occasions that will bring you back to Temple Har Shalom. At the very least, may you please come for the dedication of Finn's Ark, and we will look forward to that. But right now, we will conclude our service with the sweetness and bounty that we wish for Finn. And joining him will be his uncle Robin and his cousins Ella and Noah, if they would come forward. And wherever your celebrations take you, may they be happy, fulfilling, and safe. Okay, Finn, hold up that cup, please.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lachem min haaretz b'tei avon.
And if you think that our challah looks just a little bit different, it's a rainbow challah in honor of Finn's Torah portion, for it is the only Torah portion that has the gift of a rainbow. And we wish him all the blessings at the end of that rainbow. Mazel tov.
Mazel Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please feel free to get up out of your seats and wish each other a Shabbat Shalom.